This is a universal grinder machine. It can grind both for the blade and also for the shaper cutters or any other kind of blade or cutters. Firstly, if we want to grind blade, we have to install this base. This is for blade, and you can see there's another shaft spindle. This is used for grinding the shaper cutters. You can see this is for shaper cutters. So if we want to grind the blade or grind the shaper cutters, we have to lose this screw and change different spindles. This one or this one. Okay, firstly let us see the this machine. Take an overlook, and this one is for if we turn it right, then the tables will go forward. If we turn it back, the tables will go outside. So this wheel is the horizontal move of the platform. And here we can see we got wheels. If we turn it, it will make this grinder plate spindles tilting to adjust the angles of the blade. And on the back of the machine, we got another wheels. This is for the raise or lower of the whole systems. And here we got two adjustable fixed. If we lose the screw, we can adjust it to regulate the move range when we do grinding, so it will make us easy to control and to regulate the moving range. Okay, this is a base for the circular blade grinding, and we use a screw to lose the screw. We can adjust it to meet different diameter of the blade. And also this cover, you can also lose the screw and turn a direction to make sure that your eyes is easy to see the grinding. Is easy to see when you do grinding. Okay, let us see how to grind the circular blade first. Firstly, we install this kind of base for the plate circular blade grinding. Okay, so put it here, put it to the center, and then we check if this is okay. we just talked that according to different diameter of the blade, we have to adjust these pins. And to make sure that the whole cutter tips is touched with these pins. You can see the whole cutter tips. And then we fix this screw. And also fix the blade. And you can see the blade can't grind the cutter tips, so we have to make this blade a little bit back. Then we use these wheels to okay, and slightly adjust until the grinding plate touches the parallel with the cutter tips. And if it is not parallel, we can use these wheels to change the angles of the grinding plate to make sure that the cutter tips is exactly parallel with this grinding plate. Now after setting, and we try to push blade, and you can see the grinding plate is not grinding the whole cutter tips, so we need to adjust here to give it a little bigger range. Okay, now you can see the whole cutter tips is grinding by the grinding plate. To adjust from here the move range for grinding. Okay, then we fix it, and then we pull back. And if you don't want so big range when you do regular work, you can also adjust these pins. Okay, after all finish, we can start the grinding, and each time we finish grinding of one cutter tips, we turn the turn it through another teeth, and then grind it, and then turn to another until you finish the whole grinding works. Let these pins to fix the teeth so that when you do grinding, the blade is stable. And there are different types of blade. Some blade that is we call it a street cutter tips, mainly for the panel bows. The cutter tips is 90-degree compared with the surface of the blade, but for solid wood cutting, the cutters may like this. First one tilting like this. The second one may tilting like this. So it's alternatively. So when we do grinding of that kind of blade, we have to run one teeth. For example, we grind this teeth, and the next teeth will different angles. So we have to jump this teeth and come directly to the third teeth, because it's different angles. And most commonly, the angles for the tips is 5-degree, tilting this and tilting this alternatively. So we have to use these wheels to adjust the angles after the for example, this angle finish, we turn to this angle, then from zero we have to change the angles. You see this micro adjust. One scale equals to 2.5 degree. So we move 2 scales. It is 5-degree tilting. And if we need to tilt to other, we also make it 2 scales. Apart from the adjustment of these wheels to change degrees on the base, we also can lose this screw to make the different adjustment for the different types of cutter tips. By lose this screw, lose this screw, and then you can turn it, turn the angles to make sure that the grinding plate is exactly parallel with your cutter tips from here. And after your setting finish, tighten this screw. Okay, that is working for the grinding of the circular blade. Okay, we already talked about how to grinding the circular blade, and then we change the spindles to this one, and now it's come to here, and we can use this spacers to fix shaper cutters. And here we got a screw. We can lose the screw to adjust the angles of the shaper cutters to make sure that it's parallel with the grinding plate. To lose the screw and turn the angles. And we see the grinding plate already attached with the body of the shaper cutters. Then we can use these wheels to raise the whole systems to make sure that it's not grinding the body of your shaper cutters. And also remember that we can use this screw to lose it and turn the directions to make sure that the grinding plate is parallel with our cutter tips. Now we can see it is not parallel, and then remember that we lose this screw and then rotate your cutters to make sure that it's well connected with the cutter tips, but there's no space to move, so we use these wheels. To make it come out. And then turn the angles again. Move these wheels and turn the angles. And also use these wheels to all the works we done is to make sure that the cutter tips and the blade is exactly parallel. Okay. Little bit adjust. And then we tighten the screw. We tighten the screw. To fix angles of the cutter tips to make sure that blade and your cutter tips is exactly parallel. Okay, we try to slightly move the tables and see whether the cutter tips is totally grinded, the whole cutter tips, whether it is totally be grinded by the grinding plate. We move it and see. Okay, you can see it's not totally grinding the blade. So we have to lower these systems by turning the wheels here on the back. Okay, turn it on the back and see again. Okay, now you can see the whole cutter tips will be grinded by the grinder plate. Also, you can adjust this to make sure that the moving range is convenient for you. Now maybe we have to slightly turn it back. And you can see for any shaper cutters, we got 4 or 6 wings. So after one wings finish grinding, we have to change it to another one. So we lift this knob and we lift this knob and we turn the wheels to change to another cutter tips. So lift it and rotate it to change to another cutter tips. Until the whole wings on your cutters is grinded. And this machine also got different spindles for like this one. This is for grinding the rotor beads. For rotor beads grinding, we may also use this axis because the rotor beads make out different angles of the blade tips. So we have to lose this and turn the directions to make sure that it's parallel and can grind parallel. Also, these grinders can grind the planer cutter tips, straight cutter blocks from the thickness planer or joint planer. Use different suits. So adjusting is same, just change to different suits. Straight plate, rotor beads, circular blade, and shaper cutters.